We've got 15 of the most upvoted Am I the Devil Reddit stories for the month of September. If you're new here, this is a series I do on my channel where I take the 15 best stories from a subreddit, read them live with my audience on Twitch, and put them in a video for you so that we can read and react to them together. As always with Am I the Devil, we got some heinous stories today. Starting it off with I was caught using AI to write wedding vows and my partner walked out. What do I do? This is so stupid. But stick around for 14 more absolutely evil and stupid Am I the Devil stories, such as, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend over 4-leaf clovers? This is a story I read back in February, and now it's popping up in Am I the Devil, but I had to highlight it because if you haven't heard this story, you need to. It is one of the most stupid arguments to have in a relationship ever. And finally, the story that we're gonna end the video on, the #1 most upvoted Am I the Devil story for September. I've quietly stopped carrying in non-vegan groceries. Wife not happy. I mean, y'all already know the drill with Am I the Devil. We got some juicy stories today. Let's log in here and read some Reddit. r/true off my chest. I love my girlfriend, but I hate how she changed her style. I don't have the heart to tell her to change. When we first met and all throughout our relationship, she had a very basic sense of style and fashion. A couple months back, she got inspired to try out a new look. Slowly, she got more comfortable wearing more random pieces. I don't know. I'd say she dresses in a witchy way now. Lots of layers and wears a lot of purple and shit. I still think she's beautiful and she's a great person, but I would be lying if I said I didn't wish she went back to her original wardrobe. I don't think I'd break up with her over this, but I've been finding myself to be reluctant to let her hang out with my family and friends now. The reason I'm at my breaking point is because she's starting to want to decorate our apartment with some stuff that fits that vibe, like blankets and different pillows. She has been looking at a new rug. I said no, but lied and said it's because I don't want her to spend her money on stuff we don't need, but I just don't want to be embarrassed bringing my friends over to hang out. Not looking for advice, I just need to vent. So the title of this one is trying to highlight this guy's comments, and there was a commenter who like copy and pasted like 4 comments worth of OP's comments in here. We're gonna play the sift through and try to find the juicy bits. This is interesting. Can I ask, no offense, your ages? I'm 25, she's 22. I mean, we'd have to know how long they've been dating, but like the way I dress and the person that I am today is so fucking different than when I was 22. And the gap between when I was 18 and 22 was even crazier. So I'm guessing, gonna take a wild gander here and said you probably picked her out of the group when she was very, very young, didn't know what she liked, and now you're complaining that she's finding what she likes. Some commenter said, I'm guessing you're like 12. If not, you need to get over yourself or get out. Your girlfriend sounds amazing, and there are plenty of grown-up men who love a quirky, fun woman for who she is. OP replied, I don't know if you know what you're talking about. I don't know any guys my age who would be comfortable with their girlfriend walking around dressing like a witch/teacher all the time. Hey, yo, you witchy or dress up like a teacher, hit me up, bro. I feel like my standards are pretty normal and I'm getting attacked for having basic boundaries. I've always said, if you're attracted to something, you're allowed to be attracted to what you're attracted to. If you want to set up a boundary for something, you're always allowed to set up that boundary. That being said, there are stupid standards and there are stupid boundaries. For all intents and purposes, I'm 7'6", but allegedly, I'm a short man. Call it short man syndrome, but I think if you date people based off their height and that's a defining factor for you, you're a shallow person. You could call that pretty normal. And there are other standards out there that I think are pretty fucking shallow, whether they're normal or not. So like, sure, bro, if you want someone who dresses plain and boring and vanilla, like all power to you, but don't go about that expecting to force that person to change for you. Unless you guys have that conversation and you say, hey, the way that you dress is like really important to me, and she decides to change for you, fine. But like, don't go on Reddit and complain about it. Just be like, hey, maybe the compatibility isn't there anymore because you probably hit on her when she like barely turned 20. And that's giving you the benefit of the doubt, bro. So I'm gonna read this comment too, because I think this is where the controlling starts coming in. If you're embarrassed about what she wears or how she wants to decorate, maybe you're not ready for a real committed relationship. Everyone's entitled to their style, so let her express herself. Is this really the hill you want your relationship to die on? OP replied to that comment saying, well, firstly, the apartment is mostly paid by my parents. You're fucking 25, dog. What do you mean the apartment is mostly paid for by your parents? Get a fucking job. So we agree that I have more of a say on what goes on in it, including decorations. I still go out with her sometimes and I'm ready for a big relationship. She's a solid girlfriend besides this. Okay, I'm not gonna read this one because it's basically people just telling her that like she's dressing nice, you're just being an asshole. And he says, I dress well. I usually have nice khakis and a polo shirt. The absolute fucking bare minimum that a man can wear. I wear khakis and a polo shirt, so I'm like, I dress nice. Shut the fuck up. At the very least, I put on a clean t-shirt. More than I can say for whatever man you're dating. Oh, you got her. OP did reply to a comment here saying, someone said it well here. Would you still love your husband as much if he started growing awkward facial hair after being normal for the rest of your relationship? Yeah, I don't make the rules for what normal is. I never claimed that, but at least I know what's expected in civilized society and dress properly in public. I mean, he just sounds like such a boner, which like, fair bro, if you want to be a boner, like be a boner without your girlfriend. It really does sound like he got a girl that he deems as perfect, which Lord knows we can assume what he means by perfect, aka she does what he wants. And now that she's finally doing something that he doesn't want, now he's upset about it. That's how I feel like this is. Like if you don't like something that your partner's doing anymore and you don't think you can live with it the rest of your life, break up with them. But also, I think if you are making this much of a fuss about what someone wears, unless it's completely inappropriate, you shouldn't have this much of a problem with it. Someone said, well, it's also your fault for not being clear about your wants too and how the apartment looks instead of just chickening out with an excuse about money. Because some people find it worth it to spend their money on what makes them happy. So your worry about that would never be a reason for her to stop it if it meant that much to her. OP replied to that saying, the apartment already looks perfect to my standards. There's no need to change it. She already has some decor like pictures of her family and stuff. Don't worry. The only thing she needs to understand is no. That's not how a relationship should work. Dude is literally pulling the toxic parent shit of like, oh, it's no because I said so. It's like, bro, this is your whole ass partner. If you don't like something about your apartment, you don't get to just say no without a discussion because you are the almighty hand that banhammers whatever the fuck you want. It's, hey, I don't want that. Here's why. Let's try to figure out a way to make this work. I think the comments are cooking. Like he is exhibiting really controlling behavior. So there's a long paragraph ripping the dude apart. Obviously, he's going to respond with something dismissive like, I don't know how you think it's adorable, but fine. I think they're talking about the way that she dresses. And then OP says, she's really the perfect girlfriend besides this. I don't want to get back into the dating pool because I had really bad luck before her. Bro, just say you're a fucking loser. Oh, what other fucked shit does this guy have for us? Not bro defending himself when people are coming at him for being 25 and letting his parents pay for his apartment. Like, if you're 25, you should have it figured out unless there's some serious life shit going on or you're still in school. It seems like he's saying kind of the same shit over and over again. I'm not gonna lie. He's doing all that tater-tot language. How does your husband feel when you're emasculating him? I don't think he's as happy as you think he is. Hey man, some of us don't want our wives to be our fucking slaves like you cowards, bro. I don't get it. It's so disgusting and unappealing. That is a whole ass human being with thoughts and wants and things that they're interested in. Like, instead of shitting on them for it, figure out a way that you can support it and like coexist together if you really care about her that much. All I'm getting from this is that you just care about controlling your girlfriend and making sure that she fits inside the box that you want to put her in. The final comment that this person included here is OP replying to a comment asking to clarify what he's talking about because it only comes across as you caring more about what she looks like over who she is as a person. And OP replied, the issue of her forcing this new phase down my throat. I don't need to be seeing my girlfriend wearing shit I hate 24/7, maybe on the weekends or every other day, but her trying to bring it into our space is an absolute no. I don't need to be seeing my girlfriend wearing shit I hate 24/7. Break up with her, bro. She'd be better off without you because if something as stupid as her deciding to experiment with her wardrobe in a way that does zero damage to yourself or others, that is 100% a you problem and you're a fucking pussy. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I don't know what you want to hear from us. It's crazy how people can put out the stupid shit that goes on in their brains on the internet, and then when people are tearing them apart, they're like, oh no, I'm still not wrong. Like, hey bro, you're probably fucking wrong. This dude is why women choose the bear. No, actually, I hope the girlfriend fucking sees that post. I hope she sees that post and is like, get me the fuck away from this guy. They deleted their account too. What a pussy. I love when a baddie finds her wings. She'll use those wings to get the fuck away from him soon. I guarantee it. R/marriage. I feel sick to my stomach. Hi. Just to start off, I'm the bad guy here. I lack emotional intelligence generally, and I have ADHD and autism. Now on to the story. I feel like I have to leave my wife. We've been together for 9 years and married for 2. We have a 7-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy. The kids are my life, and I genuinely think they're the only reason I'm still here, alive, or in the marriage. Yes, I suffer from depression. If you have mental health issues, like, that sucks. That is a tough thing to deal with. It feels like you're just kind of like teeing up, hey, I did a really bad thing, but wait, here's everything that's wrong with me. Therefore, you can't be mean to me. Like, that's kind of what this feels like right now. My wife is amazing. She does so much. She's generally on top of everything. She's an incredibly caring and empathetic person and goes above and beyond for everyone in her life. Our relationship hasn't been great for a while. Sexually, it was non-existent for a good while. I ended up kissing someone else and she found out, but we decided to keep on going. She hasn't forgiven me yet, and I'm at a point where I don't care if she does. She needs me to pull more weight around the house and be more proactive when I absolutely understand, but I'm just too tired. Mentally and physically, I'm always exhausted, and it's pulling us farther apart. I believe she'd be better suited to someone who is more proactive, who can make her happy, and who will put that effort in. Yeah, and let's add on, who won't go kissing other people behind her back. You have the answer, dog. Cut this woman from her shackles, my guy, aka being married to you. I'm not the type of person she is. She'll get things done straight away while I amble. I'm a lot more relaxed about everything than she is. If it doesn't impact anyone, then I'll do it in my own time. She went away for work recently and I cleaned the house, done all that stuff, but I'd done it at my own pace, and I felt unweighed during those couple of days. She got back and I could instantly feel the tension in the house when I walked in, as I'd forgotten to do a few things. I think tonight is the night I sit down and tell her that I'm not the man she wants me to be. I can't be the man she wants me to be. She has to see she's better off with someone else. I'll be made homeless. I don't care about that. I don't care what happens to me, but I want her to be happy, and from the deepest depth of my soul, that can't be me. What do you want us to say? Like, yeah, bro, you're right. Good luck, I guess. Hope the conversation goes well. You probably should. I don't know. This is just my brain and my mindset. I know everybody doesn't have this mindset, but like, if you believe you can't do something, I truly think that is the reason you will never be able to do that thing. And don't get me wrong, there's exceptions, right? Like, I can't sit here and be like, I'm gonna be an NBA player. Like, that's probably never gonna happen. But like, for a realistic thing of like, hey, I'm gonna be a better husband to my wife. And here's the list of achievable things, very achievable things, by the way, that I can do to make my wife happier. Get her flowers, do the chores that she asks and then some, take better care of our kids, start being more present. Like, there's probably a very easy list that you can create that if you are committed and you want to do, you can do it. And I believe that like there's a lot of things in life that are exactly like that. Like applying to jobs. I know applying to jobs sucks, don't get me wrong. I'm the YouTuber that's saying this. I get it. But like in my head, like if you apply to 1,000 jobs, either like you're doing something wrong or you are a really bad candidate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think if there's a will, there's a way. But if there's not the will, then there's absolutely no way. So yeah, if you truly believe that you can't be a better man for your wife, it's probably better off that you cut her free and let her do her own thing. I understand that he's the bad guy, but if he's so low right now that he can't even reach out for the obtainable doable stuff, I do hope he gets better too. The way he's talking is like, this is very finite. There's absolutely no way that he can change to like make this better for himself or his wife. And like, we didn't get this information, but I would venture to guess that he is not doing everything in his power to treat his ADHD, to work on his emotional intelligence, to treat his depression. And it doesn't really sound like those are viable things for him to do. Like, it's not like at any point he said, I know I need to do this, this, and this, but I just don't. He just is like, there's nothing I can do. This is how I am, and that's how I'm gonna be. And it's like, at a certain point, it's like the therapy doesn't help people unless they themselves decide that they need therapy and are in on it. Like, similarly here, if this is how this guy believes that he is, that's just how he is. Don't get me wrong, other than the cheating part, I actually think this is like probably how he was raised. Like, he was probably raised to not take steps to like fix these things, which is like when you're an adult like OP is, I guess you're screwed. But like, I don't know, you got to be willing to help yourself. And this guy does not sound like he's willing to help himself in the slightest bit. He's living in his self-rooted victimization. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I think there are true victims in this world that like we need to support and we need to help. But I also think there's the flip side of that where people almost lean into the victimization too much. I do think there's such thing. What's the phrase? It's like, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. Don't get me wrong. Sucks that bro has autism, ADHD, lacks emotional intelligence, and suffers from depression. But that's his problem and his responsibility to figure out how to not let it not only detrimentally affect him, but also the woman that he claims to love so much. I don't know. It's hard because it's a big question mark of like, when do you stop sympathizing for these people? Am I the a-hole for cutting my ex out of of our children's lives for breaking my rules. I, 25-year-old female, was with my ex, 27-year-old trans female. For 7 years during this time, we had 3 children together. They are 2, 5, and 6. Me and my ex are no longer together. Nothing to do with her transition. We just weren't in love anymore, and it was mutual. Anyway, since then, the kids have been living with me while she would come around every week and spend a few days with us to see the kids. And I've made it very clear that I don't want to talk about trans stuff with the kids yet, not till they are older and can understand. And my ex agreed. I don't know. I mean, maybe the 2-year-old, but that's partially because they just can't understand things. I feel like the 5 and 6-year-old are gonna have questions, right? Seems like an illogical expectations. Kids have questions. Exactly. It's like if a kid has 2 moms, like they're gonna go to school and they're gonna realize, hey, my parental situation is different than other people's parental situation. You know, you wouldn't hide that from your kids. So I don't know. You guys are saying that OP calling it trans stuff is a red flag. I kind of see that too. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think you need to get into like the nitty gritty details, but I think you can very easily explain to like a 5 and 6-year-old, like, hey, I didn't feel comfortable with the gender I was born with, so I decided to identify as the other one. Like, I feel like that is perfectly fine and easy to explain to a 5 and 6-year-old. Kids old enough to realize mom used to be dad. That's confusing to not just talk about. Exactly. Like, if anything, I think hiding it is just going to confuse your kids even more. Now, for context, she's been transitioning for a few years, has legally changed her name and things, and passes. She is actually very pretty. Very interesting thing to point out. And the kids are too young to remember her before. Anyway, one time, the last time she came to visit, I came into the living room where she was sitting on the couch with our 2 oldest playing PlayStation. But she was explaining that, well, I wasn't happy pretending I was a boy when I'm actually a girl. So now I'm happy in being myself. Yeah, see, I think that's perfectly fine to explain to kids. I got very mad at her and she tried to explain. What she told me was that our son asked her why she is a girl when all his friends' dads make them call her dad. Because I'm their mom. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is written very poorly. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they're trying to say. Make them call her dad because I'm their mom. Let me just read how this poorly written line was wrote by OP. Our son asked her why she is a girl when all his friends' dads, I make them call her dad because I'm their mom are boys. I'm trying to parse that, but I think the gist of it is that the son's friends' dads make them call OP's ex, the transition partner, the kids' dads, which isn't okay. I'm pretty sure that's the gist of it. I'm not sure what this end, I'm their mum are boys, is referring to. I think OP had a stroke halfway. No, for real. By the way, I want to clarify, this isn't the only poorly written sentence in this story. I just tried to do a good job taking their poorly written sentences and rephrasing them to make sense for you, because it wouldn't make sense for me to read gibberish to you, but like genuinely cannot understand what she was trying to say there at the end. And she said that she was just answering his questions in an age appropriate and simple way for them to understand. Oh yeah, our daughter was there too. Anyway, I got very angry with her for breaking my rules. And she explained that she made a vow to herself that she would never lie to her children about anything, and that she was answering the questions he asked, and that not lying to them was more important to her than anything we agreed on. And then got upset with me for letting the situation make the topic of her identity seem like a negative thing to our kids because of my reaction. That was 5 months ago, and I've not let her come back, nor will I let her see them. She is blocked on all social media as well as her phone and email. I never want her anywhere near us again. Isn't that illegal? Like, can't the partner get a lawyer involved and sue you? Like, I guess there's no information on the custody agreement. There's no information where they're at, though they use mum, so it's probably like the UK, or do Australians also say mum? I don't know. This story gave me a headache. Not only just the blatant transphobia, as much as OP tried to be like, oh no, I don't mind, I don't care, that's not why we broke up. Like, the writing's on the wall. It is very clear to me that you have transphobia and you're trying to keep your kids away from that as much as possible. You're doing a really bad job at hiding it, sis. I just hope the fucking ex is doing something, you know? Oh, they deleted their fucking account like a coward. I wanted to see if they had like an update or anything like that, you know? Yes, you're absolutely the a-hole. Hope this helps. just evil, bro. I just don't get it. Like, you don't even have like a good argument for your rule. Is OP saying that she would have preferred if this person just lied to her kids? Like, I don't think that's the answer too. If your kid comes to you with a question, you should give them an age-appropriate answer, which the ex gave an age-appropriate answer. Like, what, does she want to try to keep them in a bubble until they're 13 and they're massively confused because everybody's telling them that their mom used to be their dad, but both the parents have been lying about it? Like, I just think lying to kids is dumb. Kids are smart. They can figure out shit themselves, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, if you raise kids in a way that's like, hey, this is how it is, and you explain it to them in a nice way, like, to me, this is very similar to not telling a child they're adopted. It's just gonna be that much harder for them to grasp and understand when you try to blindside them once they're of the appropriate age. It sounds like the mother doesn't want the second mother, formerly father, to identify as a mother to the children. That is awful and confusing for the kids. I mean, too, like, what kind of people are they surrounded by? Like, once again, the line that I was trying to parse through that was really confusing made it sound like they're in a community that pushes transphobia onto their kids. I'm gonna be so fucking real. I don't want my kids hanging out with kids who have parents like that, because then those kids are gonna talk to my kids about that shit, and the next thing you know, my kid's gonna be a fucking loser in the basement jerking off to Andrew Tate videos. No, don't need that shit. Young kids don't even care about trans people transitioning. A simple, I was X, now I'm Y, and they accept it and ask to play trucks or mermaids or something. Exactly. Most of the time, they're just like, okay, that makes sense, and then they just fucking keep going. I bet the son is asking why his dad is a woman and his friends' dads are men. OP makes the kids call former partner dad because OP is mom. I could definitely see that. I guess we'll never know because this person can't fucking write. I think that's probably what they were trying to say, though. R/relationship advice. I was caught using AI to write wedding vows and partner walked out. What to do? I, 35 male, recently had a wedding with my partner, 34 female. We've had a stable and happy relationship so far, and I love her more than anything in the world. The problem arose when I came to writing vows. Don't get me wrong, I love many things about my partner, but I couldn't figure out how to put them into tangible vows. I decided to use ChatGPT so I can have something well written and expressive to share at the ceremony. The thing about my partner is that she's very confrontational and no nonsense. If something annoys her, she immediately addresses it with no room for backing out. I also know that she's expressed disdain for AI in the past, but I didn't realize how far the hatred could go. I don't know how, but she immediately recognized that the vows were AI. After I had finished, she had this angry look and whispered to me, "Did you use fucking AI to write that?" I was quiet because I couldn't believe she had noticed that, and she was choosing to address it while we were on full display for everyone. She then said, I either speak from the heart or she walks out. I literally couldn't get any words out, and she kept her promise and walked back down the aisle, much to our friends and family's confusion. I just feel like if you need AI to write vows for the day that you are getting married to the love of your life, you actually don't love them that much. I get that maybe forming the words might be hard, but it should be pretty easy to come from the heart and be like, let me express what I want this marriage to mean, how much I love you, how happy I am that we're going to take this journey for the rest of our lives. Like, it's not super fucking hard. And if you can't do that, and then your solution is to go straight to AI to write it for you, like, I think you're just a lazy piece of shit. I don't think it's like me not good with words. It's like, no, you lazy as fuck. She's been ghosting me these past few days, which is atypical for her and honestly gives me panic attacks. Most people agree that calling off a marriage because AI vows was an overreaction, and that maybe it was a sign that our relationship would have issues, but a few female friends have said that they would have done the same. I'm hurt and honestly just needed it to help me make the day more special. Is it worth fixing? Don't get me wrong, it doesn't help that she doesn't like AI, which, I mean, should have been an indicator also that, like, hey, maybe these words that are supposed to be super deep and meaningful shouldn't be written by something that my partner already hates. But, like, it's the same as, like, if your friend had written this and your partner had figured it out. It's mainly because of the fact that, like, this didn't come from you. You didn't put the time and effort into writing vows that are supposed to be, like, the first commitment to your marriage. What does that say about what the rest of your marriage is gonna be like? I'll give you a hint. Dog shit. Like, what is he gonna, like, every time that he pisses off his wife, is he gonna chat GPT an apology to her? I like what Marshall said here. It's like giving a stranger a list of facts about your partner and making them do it. Wild. No, for real. How do you even prompt chat GPT to write vows for a partner that, like, only you would know what to put in those vows? That's actually fucking crazy to me. Like, there's no way that you could relay to an AI all the things that your relationship has built up and the feelings and the emotions, the experiences, the journey. Like, there's no way you can communicate that to ChatGPT to spit out good enough vows, you know? It probably gave the most cookie cutter dog shit response ever. Unironically, he probably would ChatGPT an apology. Y'all, I genuinely deadass think he ChatGPT'd this post. Like, this post feels like somebody ChatGPT'd it. And who knows, maybe it's because it's fake, or maybe this dude is just really on this like, bro, I can't do fucking anything. My brain no worky. Let me ChatGPT everything in my life. Edit. Okay, I screwed up. I didn't check this post for a while because I wanted more points of view instead of just getting torn to shreds. But I understand why the situation is worse than I thought it was. I've been trying to contact my partner's family to see if I can talk to her again, but apparently she's been staying out of state with her sister. I'm going to tell her when she gets back what I heard here and that I understand. I'm also going to write new vows without AI and bring her favorite flowers and snacks. Ah, yes, that will surely make up for ruining the day that was supposed to be the beginning of your marriage. But sure, man, get her some flowers and favorite snacks. I still want her to know that I love her and know her. I will post an update when I can. Thank you all, even if some feedback could have been a tad more nicely put. I went on the internet and explained how much I fucked up and people were mean to me. I wish you guys would have been nicer to me. Shut the fuck up. This is honestly the scariest part of AI. Is like, are people just gonna let AI completely make decisions for them and be the thought process for them? That's the part about AI that I don't like. Before I started reading on this stream, I was talking about how the last time I used AI was to help me figure out how to sign up for Nevada insurance. To me, that's a good use of AI because I'm gonna have to do that anyways. I might as well have something help me because I'm gonna be fucking real. Signing up for insurance makes me want to deep throat a Glock. But like, I couldn't fathom using it to write vows for my whole ass wife that I love. That's just being fucking lazy. That's just like not caring about someone enough to give them what they deserve, aka something from deep down in your heart, something meaningful, something only you could produce. Instead, you chose to take the easy route so that you could probably go do something else of, hey, ChatGPT, write me some vows for my wife. Here's like 3 things that you could make the vows about. Like, why? r/true off my chest. I put a grenade in my relationship with my wife. I lost everything and have nobody to blame but myself. I just need to get this out. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not justifying anything. I fucked up and it's my fault. I just need to get this out because there's no one I can talk to. My wife and I were having issues, just the usual issues, the struggle and strain of life, raising a family, etc. We were struggling and nothing was getting better, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, that I never would be good enough. And then I met Carly online. She was much younger than me, so we just talked, but then she started flirting with me and it made me feel good. I didn't tell her I was married, didn't want her to stop flirting. I told myself it wouldn't go anywhere. I was just enjoying the attention and we were just talking. She lived on the other side of the world. There was no chance of us meeting. And then we had cyber sex. I felt better than I had in ages. Cyber sex then became video and phone sex anytime my wife was out. We sent photos and videos every day. The more I spent with Carly, the more I couldn't stand being with my wife, so I broke up with her. I didn't tell my wife about the affair. I gave other excuses, but my wife knew something was up and found out about the affair. It broke her. She didn't eat, didn't sleep. She cried all the time. I justified it by telling myself my wife is a strong woman, she'll get over it. I hate myself for thinking that way, but I did. My wife went to therapy, stopped crying, started eating and sleeping again, started smiling again, stopped begging me not to leave, and I thought, great. See, I was right. I stopped feeling guilty. I felt relieved. God, it's just so fucking hard to deal with these morons. Man, I cheated on my wife, which sent her into a depressive spiral. But through therapy, she figured out a way to not be depressed and stop begging me to leave. And I just stopped feeling guilty because of it. I can't fucking believe that. Oh my God, that is insane. Yeah, so I fucking stabbed a dude and he went to the hospital and the doctor fixed him all up and he'll be fine. So I don't feel guilty anymore. It's just so lacking of accountability. Hey man, you should still feel guilty. You shouldn't feel any relief. You're still a piece of fucking shit. I can't, bro. Just on some fucking dumb shit. My wife and I had to live together for a while until I found a place, but I barely saw her and she barely spoke to me. At first it was great, but then I started to feel off. Like I had come home to an empty house even though it wasn't. At that point, I should have seen sense, should have stopped. Instead, I started to resent my wife. Somehow in my mind, she was trying to sabotage my happiness. It made me angry. I snapped, made passive-aggressive comments. I hate myself for every word, every nasty text, every accusation. I moved out. It really is anybody but him. I think we're getting into the mind of a narcissist. Like, this is how narcissists think. Oh, hey, I did something that ruined our marriage. I'm the one who has initiated all these things, but for some reason, it's not my fault. Like, what? I hope this wife fucks his best friend or some shit like that. Please tell me that's where the story's going. Living with my wife had been awkward, but the new place was, I don't know. Even though I'd rarely see her, every room contained her presence even when she wasn't there. But staying in the new place made me feel more alone than I ever had. I had free run to talk to Carly anytime I wanted, to do anything I wanted, but it felt so pointless. The new place felt so fucking awful, like a prison. I started to dread going home. I'd stay out for hours, hang around supermarkets, wander the streets, sit on a park bench, anything but go home, even if it meant not talking to Carly. And then one time I passed a perfume shop and smelled my wife's perfume, and I don't know why, but I broke down. In that moment, I didn't want to talk to Carly. I wanted my wife. It's so lizard brain. It's giving the mentality of a child who wants to play with a toy because they stopped playing with it, neglected it, it got thrown away, and now all of a sudden it's the only thing that they want. Like, OP is no better than a child who hasn't fully developed their brain yet. Carly and I broke up. I thought I'd miss her. I didn't. I missed things my wife did. Small things, big things. I didn't miss a single thing Carly did. During handover of our daughter one day, I blurted out that Carly and I broke up. I don't know why. I didn't even mean to, it just came out. My wife nodded and said, I'm sorry to hear that. And I don't know why, but that stung. She didn't say it spitefully. She was calm and pleasant, like we were just talking about the weather or something. I almost wish she did say it with some spite or glee or something, but she didn't. Everything that OP does is giving that like narcissistic manipulator, like specifically doing things to try to get reactions out of the people they want to control. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like they want that control over a situation. So honestly, mad props to the wife for not giving him that control. She's like, nah, bro, fuck your chicken strips. You fucked up, bitch. Anytime I try to talk about us or what happened, my wife shuts the conversation down. She's civil, but she looks at me like I'm a stranger. The other day, I put my hand on her back just out of habit, and she looked so disgusted. I've never seen her make that face, and certainly not at me. I feel so fucking broken, and I know it's all my fault. I know I did this. I deserve all of this. I sabotaged everything good in my life for nothing, for a lie. Carly didn't even know I was married, and nobody knew I was even seeing anyone else even months after the separation. What was I doing? I got served divorce papers this morning. I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't deserve it. I know I'm a selfish, stupid prick. I know it's all my fault. I wish I could go back, but I can't. And the worst part is, I don't even know why I did it. Yeah, we had problems, but I can think of 1,000 ways to fix them now. Why didn't I think of them then? I'm sitting here staring at the divorce papers, and I don't know what to do. My first instinct was to fight them, but I can't. I shouldn't. I want to fight so bad it hurts, but I can't. Not after what I did. At least he came to that conclusion. You got to make this as easy as possible for her, bro. You massively fucked up. It really just is on that, oh, if it ain't the consequences of your own actions type beat. Hey, man, who knew cheating on your wife and neglecting her to the point where your marriage fell apart? Who knew that that would be a bad thing? Who would have thunk that that was maybe something that you didn't want? I ended up calling in sick, and I've been sitting at the kitchen counter crying, thinking about everything I did, everything I said, wishing I could take it all back. There's no one I can talk to about this. The person I normally talk to is my wife, but I fucked that up. Everyone hates me, my friends, my family. It's deserved hate. I deserve all of this. I did it to myself, to everyone. I just wanted to get it off my chest because I don't know what else to do or where else to turn. Guess internet strangers are my only option. I fucking ruined my life, and now that I've lost everything that was important to me, I'm suddenly so angry and mad at myself. It's like making a bed in a certain way, laying down in it and being like, I don't like how my bed is made. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You did this. This is all on you. Own up to that shit. I'm sorry, but we fucking woo, cry me a river. What do you want from me? Sympathy? No. He said he didn't want sympathy. This is your situation, man. Stop fucking complaining about it. My tip, focus on your kid and get some fucking therapy. Clearly, you are not a good partner. The least you can do is try to be a semi-decent dad and to own up to your mistakes. Somewhere here is a small violin playing. OP sewing. He. I love this. OP reaping. No. I want my mommy wife back. No, that's literally what happened. That's literally. Oh. He's descending, chat. It's our sweet handsome man. What a handsome. Oh, dude, don't show them your butthole. Please put that away.
Hi. Oh, yeah. It's just my handsome boy.
Oh, yeah. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Is it bean treat time? My sweet treaty man. Yes, it is. It is some treat to be time. I love him, Chad. I love him so much. He's so sweet. Yes, you are. You are just that sweetest, handsomest boy. Ooh, what is this? Oh, he's activated. He's like, that's exactly what I came here for. Let's see. He's getting a little chunky, so we're not gonna give him too many treats. 6 treats for the handsome boy. Thanks for coming out to stream, chat. Thanks for coming and hanging and saying hi to my sweet handsome boy. My sweet pretty man. Oh, you look so polite right now. Come over here. Okay, here we go. Ready? Ooh. Oh, there's a good boy. There's a little piece over here. There's a little piece left right here. That's a good boy. That's a good man. Oh, thank you for the flop, Mr. Man. Wow, what a good boy you are, Mr. Beans. Beans is definitely a show cat. My cats would slit my throat if I put a mic in their face. He's not a big fan of it. Watch. That's a good boy. Wow. You're the star of the show. That's the only reason people come to these streams, Beans. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, look. He's saying hi to you, Chad. This is the screen with all your guys' chats on it. Beans wanted to say hi. Say hi, Beans. Oh, yes. He's rubbing up all against you, chat. And he's showing you his butthole for free. What did we talk about? You make them pay for that. You start the only pause, you monetize, you get rich, and then dad doesn't have to pay the rent anymore. Got me fucking slutting out my cat. Oh, you're just such a good boy. Yes, you are. That is my goodest boy that ever gooded. You're just such a sweet, handsome man. Dude, he has so much hair. Look at this shit. Could I spare a Beans hair for you? Would you like Beans hair, chat? Little Beans hair. What do you want, silly, goofy boy? Oh, you're gonna show them your butthole like that. That goes crazy, bro. Wow. What a long boy you are. Dude, I wonder actually how long he is. Let me go get a tape measure real quick. Mr. Beans is, let me measure his body. Let me measure you, my sweet handsome man. Okay, from like the back of his neck to his butt hootie, he's about 13.5 inches. So bro is big. Oh, that's a good boy. I hope that sounds cool for you guys.
R/pet peeves. People who go out in public but hate the idea of someone wanting to talk to them. Honestly, this is just stupid. Every time I go to a coffee shop, I have anxiety because I might accidentally have to sit next to a woman. And nearly 100% of the time, she is not okay with that. Even though I am not ugly and I don't even talk to them for the most part. Guys aren't as bad, but yeah. I'm just flabbergasted at what I constantly experience from women because just now I was at a coffee shop and started sweating because the electric outlet was near a girl I could just sense was bigoted towards men. Dude wants to be a victim so bad. I genuinely think if you walk around worried that girls are threatened by you, it's because you are a threatening person who doesn't do what's necessary to make people not feel threatened. Me as a man can sit next to a woman and make them feel comfortable and not awkward. And like, even if they have a bias towards hating men, I feel like there's ways to like not come off like a fucking weirdo to the point where you can do something as simple as, hey, I need to use that outlet. Would you mind if I plugged my shit in? I'm sorry, bro, but this is just skill issue. Simply stop being a pussy. It's that easy. I even made a big deal of looking for an outlet elsewhere and just happened to land next to her so she wouldn't feel threatened. Well, of course that didn't help. I simply sat down and she immediately left to vape outside. She did that twice in about 6 minutes before packing up her things and leaving. Hey man, could she have just also wanted to go vape outside and didn't need to stay there super long? Like, this dude just reads into everything. Honestly, too, why do you care? Let's say she was uncomfortable with that. It's not ruining your life. I don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of such a stupidly small scenario. The only person who has a problem here is fucking you, dog. I mean, I can't help but laugh. You're in public, but hate the thought of even being social with people and being friendly. Like, you think I'm going to assault you in a coffee shop or even make a scene if you won't give me your phone number or something so we can hang out and get to know each other as friends. Oh, the insanity. Bro lives in a trampoline park the way he jump into conclusions. Like, what do you mean? She at no point did anything crazy enough to warrant you coming to these conclusions, bro. In your head, you just came up with this crazy ass fucking scenario where she hates you, where she's probably just like, I just want to go smoke my vape and gotta go meet my friend. Time's up. Like, see you later. This man is the source of all of his problems, bro. Yes, we are social creatures. Yes, having people around us with stories and chances for adventure, concerts, parties, holidays, birthdays, or even artistic ventures or projects to share our creativity online is a good thing and is fun. You are going to be approached by people who want to hang out with you and be your friend, even if you are a woman, and bonus, you might even get romance from it too. Bro, I think that's where this is from. Like, dude clearly has this weird thing about like, girls don't want to be friends with me and then maybe more than friends. I just want to be able to talk to women because I want them to be romantic with me. Like, shut the fuck up, you pussy. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but it ain't that deep. If you want to use an outlet, just ask someone to use the outlet. And if they have a problem with that, that's on them, not you. Hey man, you can go up to people and ask them for a phone number. And if they say no, and you know you're a good person and you know you have no malintent for them, like, move on with your life. But also, don't sit there and pretend like women don't have to be on guard more. Like, yeah, bro, you might have more obstacles to jump through because men are creeps. Men do weird shit. I would venture to guess that you're a fucking weirdo if this is your default scenario of how women interact with you. Hey, man, just don't be a fucking weirdo. It's really not that hard. I don't get these male loneliness epidemic guys who are like, women are so mean. They hate all of us. Like, bro, you send me out on a quest to talk to 10 women in a day, I could do it. It's not that hard. You just have to not be a fucking weirdo. That's it. That's all it takes. Just, hey man, don't be a fucking weirdo. My experience overall is heartbreaking, and I hope we can stop this stupid misandry, bear-loving, man-hating nonsense and all just get along and not be afraid of friendship or intimacy. Most people won't want to harm you. It's stupid to think otherwise. Dudes like this live in fucking La La Land. I really hope no woman gives him a chance, because no way in hell should this man be able to procreate. His offspring are gonna be the fucking bottom of the totem pole in terms of intelligence if this is the genes that they're working with. Hold on, they added a quick little edit here. No, I never sit down at anyone's table. No, I don't randomly talk to people post-pandemic. I obviously learned my lesson. Also, I was going to maybe chalk this off as all in my head, but y'all proved my point. Most women are bigoted against men. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna say it. Girls can't be bigoted against men. That's like being like, oh, people can be bigoted towards white people. You can't. They're the privileged party. They're the ones that have everything fucking hunky-dory. Men can walk around at night and feel completely safe. Women can't. Because of that, I'm so sorry, but if a woman is like, hey, my default is that a man has ill intentions against me, they have a good fucking reason for that. Because usually they do. This sounds like one of those assets that thinks feminism is dumb because not all men. Not all men, but a lot of men. More men towards women than women towards men. Like, men don't have to walk around and be around women and feel like they're gonna do some dangerous shit to them. Once again, not all women. Like, there are some women that are dangerous to men and have ill intentions, but men are lucky enough to where we're the ones who are privileged to not have to deal with that. That's not the same with women. Women walk around and there's guys who have ill intentions. Act weird as a man and I'm gonna be mean to you, sorry. Absolutely. As you should. Because also, it's really not that hard to not act fucking weird around women. It's super fucking easy to just not be a fucking weirdo. I mean, this dude just wants to be a victim so bad. If you are always in this loop of like, oh, wee woo, women are so mean, they hate all men, like, yeah, of course you're gonna be a fucking loser. Listen, if you go to a coffee shop, you see someone that you're like, I want to shoot my shot with them. I think it's fine to shoot your shot with them. You just also need to know, like, when you're overstepping. If the conversation isn't flowing and they're cutting off the conversation conversation, that's not your person, bro. And no amount of trying to force it is gonna make it happen. It's like if you slide into someone's DMs and they're just giving you like one words and they're not like responding with questions, just fucking stop DMing them. It's literally that easy, bro. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife she's making a big deal out of our vacation pictures? So this summer, me, 44 male, and my wife, 45 female, took our kids, 15 female and 12 male, on a 2-week trip to Japan. My wife goes crazy on the picture taking on vacation and is usually the one taking pictures of the kids or me and the kids. When we got back and actually took a good look at all the pictures, my wife was pretty pissed when she realized she had like less than 5 pictures of her and the kids. She has plenty of solo pictures though, so I guess it counts for something. She immediately got mad at me because I didn't give her the opportunity, but she's the one who crazes over the pictures, so she's the one who should have asked me. I told her she was making a big deal out of literally nothing, and it's not like she had no pictures at all. She was mad and said that she won't remember the trip, which I think is a bit much. Don't get me wrong, dude definitely dropped the ball. It takes 0% effort to offer to take a picture of the other person as well. That's something that I'm very conscientious of when I'm with my family, because my little sister Claire, shout out Claire, she loves taking photos on her digital camera, and therefore she's kind of the impromptu cameraman for the family. I always try to do one of two things. One, if she takes a photo of us, I will offer, hey, do you want a photo as well? But then number two, trying to be like, if we're in public, going up to someone and being like, hey, will you take a photo of us? So like going back to the story, I do think OP massively messed up here. He needs to step up and do that. I do think the wife putting the blame on OP is kind of ridiculous to me. Like, to me, this is a little bit more of an everyone sucks here, because like it should also be on her to vocalize, hey, I want to be in pics too. Like, the answer to me here isn't to be like, oh, I wasn't in any pictures, I'm gonna get mad at my partner. I think the answer is, oh, for the next trips that we do, you and me need to be better about taking photos that I'm in. And that requires my partner to step up to the plate and offer to take those pictures every once in a while. But also, like, is this woman not able to advocate for herself? I just think, like, I don't think this is Am I the Devil. Sure, OP sucks, but I would go with everyone sucks here. I think to be like, oh, hey, here's something I really wanted, and I never expressly said that I wanted this thing, and now that I've come to the conclusion that this thing is very important to me and I'm upset, I'm gonna put full blame on my partner. To me, not fair. Is the partner complicit? Is it still his fault? Yes, but I don't think it's completely his fault. I think it's both. I think both of y'all need to work as a team to make sure this doesn't happen for future vacations. If OP's wife had expressed this to OP before they went on vacation, then I would be like, yeah, bro, fuck OP. He's the devil. He didn't follow through with something that was very important to his wife. But I don't ever think you should go, oh, I'm upset that this thing didn't happen that I never said that I wanted. I'm gonna blame that on my partner. I don't agree with that. I think there needs to be teamwork, cohesion to make it happen. People aren't mind readers. That's exactly what I'm saying, kid. Sure, bro, get fucking mad at the dude if you had told him beforehand that this was important. Like, for all OP knew, the wife didn't want any photos of herself. I've gone on trips with people who maybe at the time just don't feel comfortable on camera, and there's a reason why they're not asking people to take photos of them during the trip. r/Catholicism, the decline of masculinity and the rise of feminism. This is so fucking funny, bro. I don't know what about this post is already making me giggle. The fact that it's literally titled like it's a fucking 5-page MLA formatted essay for an English class, or the fact that this was posted in r/Catholicism. Oh yes, the religion that makes you deep throat the ideals of fucking, oh, woman must be obedient to man. Surely they would be upset about the rise of women having the ability to think and do things for themselves. Like many others, I have a fascination with history, the rise and fall of civilizations, the causes behind this. I find the era we live in quite unbelievable. So like many others, wonder how we got here so fast. I somehow suspect this thread will go down better for obvious reasons, and I hope many don't deviate from this topic, please. In the 20th century, we bore witness to the rise of many ideologies that seeked to destroy the family. One of these was feminism. Growing up, I found these bitter ideologies, like many adolescent lads, amusing. Those blaming others for their own disadvantages, just as the socialist blames the capitalist for all his woes in life. However, as time moved on and I received a greater understanding, I realized that these feminists were right about one main thing. The very thing that led them to embrace such an ideology. that men who were given the keys to become heads of their households were failing in greater numbers and were taking advantage of their role as leaders to instead dominate and abuse their wives and children. Women were then left to bear the brunt of bringing up the children until it all became too much.
Okay, yeah, so men fucking suck. You know what, Chet? I could stand behind that. Bro literally said men are trash. Yeah, bro, you're right. Men went on a power trip. They don't want to help their wives. They just want to fucking pump them full of children and then not help with those children. Obviously, at a certain point, women are gonna get to a level where they're like, maybe this isn't the agenda that we should follow for our lives. Maybe there's more than being a fucking baby producer for some stupid man who wants to spread their seed and then be a bad father and husband. Feminism was the answer for women to escape this abuse and to escape being at the mercy of abusive men due to their complete reliance on them financially, so they seek to find ways of becoming independent from men. To become more self-sufficient economically and to control the very thing for so many millennium that had in the feminists' eyes kept women from being fully able to control their destiny, their own womb. Women now pursuing feminism in all aspects of society over the last several decades have brought about enormous change. Many of these changes have also created a scenario where women have come to reject men altogether and instead look to the state as their provider, in many cases as the provider for them and their children. When many women today hear of men who use the term head of home, provider, protector, etc., they automatically think back to the men who use such terms to dominate those who they were called to love. They look at men who use such terms today as misogynistic, who only seek to go back to the ways in which women in large numbers were dominated rather than loved. The issue today is that feminism isn't stopping its crusade against men, and it has linked itself with many other woke ideologies as a way to elevate female issues to that of other groups such as LGBTQIA+ and identity politics. In a society hell-bent of destroying every remnant of Christ, the question needs to be asked, what can we do to stop this? Will creating a new generation of men with good moral values help negate the need for such radical ideological responses to masculinity, now deemed toxic by the modern world? I'm gonna let you finish, but let me have the mic for a second. It's crazy, because like everything he's saying kind of makes sense in terms of like, yeah, bro, the women got fed up with the stupid shit men were pulling. But at no point did bro maybe come to the conclusion that like, hey, maybe they're making these changes because the way that it wasn't sustainable. It didn't work. It encourages men to have power trips over women. I'm sorry, bro, your religion doesn't work. It was put in place to fucking control other human beings. It was put in place to keep women down. I'm sorry, but your stupid masculinity shit is dumb. It's fucking stupid. Like, hey man, maybe, just out of curiosity, maybe you aren't able to raise a generation of men with good morals because your fucking religion doesn't promote that. Your fucking religion promotes men to have power over women. That's not masculinity. I'm sorry, bro. You can be a masculine man and also be like, hey, women deserve to be able to make their own choices. They deserve to have a variety of options other than to have children for men. They deserve to be able to go out and have the same jobs that men have because, to be completely honest, they're just as competent, if not more competent than we are. Bro is so fucking close to the answer. He's just so goddamn stupid he can't come to it. One positive aspect about modern society is that young men are becoming more conservative in their outlook. The rise of Jordan Peterson and individuals like Bishop Barron are evidence of this. We are now living in an era where men are now seeking purpose, meaning as much as we possibly can, let's prevent them from becoming duped themselves by individuals like Andrew Tate and instead looking toward the good role models we have throughout the church and its history. Who's Jordan Peterson? Jordan Peterson is basically another red pill dude. Are red pill dudes beefing with other red pill dudes? That's so funny. So he's basically saying like, hey, so like, don't get duped by guys like Andrew Tate. Just get duped by guys like Andrew Tate who are also religious. Is that what he's saying, chat? He's an infamous Canadian psychologist, now more famous as a right-wing grifter. Let me look up a picture of this guy. Maybe I've seen him before. Why is this fucking dude mogging on me like that? Look at this fucking ugly ass bitch. You listen to this guy? The fuck? Why is he looking at me like that? That dude touches kids for sure. I'm sorry, bro. Someone clip that so that when the allegations come out, you can be like, sorry, we called it first. Going back to the story. Not saying this guy isn't bad. I do have to say, like, he's almost there. The problem is that, number one, he values masculinity too much. I don't understand this, like, men have to be masculine. Fucking
fucking why? Why? We used to fight wars. We don't need to anymore, bro. Like, our species is so involved and we're so advanced and we have such good tech. We should not be fighting wars anymore. If you want to make an argument for masculinity back when we had to fucking go out and hunt our own food, fine. I might see where you're coming from. When I can just fucking go in my car, drive over to Walmart and buy that shit, I'm sorry, masculinity is not important anymore. It's really not. And to be honest, it's completely toxic. It not only keeps down women, but it fucking keeps down men. Men are put into a box that they have to act a certain way to be masculine, and then it fucks up their mental health. And it's all because you fucking idiots want to be like, men have to be masculine. No, they don't. We don't. The second you realize that, and the second that you can be like, I can be as masculine as I want and as feminine as I want, you will be happier. That's where I got, bro. I play hockey. I lift weights. I'm buff as shit. I run hella. I've fucking clocked in already 500 miles for this year. But also, I paint my nails sometimes. My sister does my eyebrows. I trim my mustache. I have a good face routine so that my skin stays good when I'm fucking 30 or 40 years old. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can do both. And also, if you decide that you want to be super uber masculine, fine, bro, you do your shit. That doesn't mean everybody else has to. It's stupid, bro. It's the most brain dead way to go about life. If you walk around life being like, well, I do this thing, and therefore everybody else has to do this thing, you're so low IQ. That's like me walking around and being like, oh, well, I play hockey. That means everybody has to fucking play hockey. No, dude, you don't. Just let people live their life. Why does it fucking matter? It doesn't affect you how masculine or feminine someone is. Also, bro's brainwashed by religion. Y'all, I'm gonna be so real. I would love to be religious. I would love to believe there is some entity in the sky that I can give appreciation to for all the good things that have come in my life that rewards good people. But I just genuinely don't think any religion has it right. They just don't. I am of the firm belief that the only religion I could get behind is a religion that's like, hey, be a good person, do good things, don't hoard all your resources and money just for yourself, go out and do things for charity and whatnot, things that help other people, put out good into this world, don't hate other people for no fucking reason. That's a religion I could get behind. But none of the religions are like that. All of them are like contradicting themselves, and I truly just think they were written by other humans to control other humans. Sounds a little like Buddhism. I do think I'd fuck with Buddhism, actually, Chad. I could see myself getting really into Buddhism, but I have a very limited knowledge on it. Religion loves to control women, especially. For fucking what? If you truly think that you as a man need to be super masculine and you need to like have a wife who is submissive to you, if you find another woman who's completely okay with that, fine, bro. You live your life like that. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. But don't go walking around and be like, because I live this life and because this fucking stupid book from thousands of years ago that has been retranslated through 5 different languages a bajillion times and that constantly contradicts itself says that you have to live your life like this, everybody around me needs to do so. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's just the definition of low IQ, brain dead motherfucker. I will never get it, and I will never be able to sympathize or be down to hang with people who are like that. I can't do X because it's against my religion is acceptable. You can't do that because my religion is not acceptable. Exactly. I'm of the firm belief that if their God is real, dude is looking down and he's like, y'all are fucking using my words to push your hateful agenda, which is not what I preach. Like, shit, bro, I'm not going to church or any shit like that. I might be down in hell, but by God, am I going to be down in hell with a bunch of those fucking losers too? Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend over 4-leaf clovers? I, female 21, and my now ex-girlfriend, female 22, had been together for 2 years, and last spring we decided to go on a 4-leaf clover hunting date. She didn't find any, but I found 3 of them. Ever since I was young, I've had special luck with finding them. I have a collection of them, actually. I find them without even looking. My ex, has also been searching for 4-leaf clovers since she was young. I'm going to replace the M name with Monica because I hate it when people do this and it's ridiculous. She's never found one ever. So naturally, I brag about it. It's always been like a fun little playful thing between us. I'm just luckier than her, I guess. Okay, wait, hold on. Weird relationship dynamic. Not that it's like that much of a big deal, but like, I think that the right reaction is like, oh, you haven't found one? Let me help you find one. Not to be like, na boo boo, I found one, you didn't. Like, girl, grow up. It's a fucking 4-leaf clover. Like, anyway, to yesterday, the problem. We went on our 4-leaf clover date again. Within the first 10 minutes, she finds her first ever 4-leaf clover. We cheer, and I take her picture with it. I'm happy for her, but I'm also upset because I wanted to have been the one who found the first one. It's my thing. So something good happens to your partner and your reaction is to be upset about it? Y'all, we need a therapy emote. Like, I want to make an emote that's like the big red button and it says therapy on it. Like, dead ass, I need one of those easy buttons, but like you click it and says therapy, because holy shit. We keep looking for another 10 minutes and I find one, so I hate life a little less. I found another. She cheers for me and we move on. Looking at different clover patches. This is where everything goes to actual hell for me. I hear her yell excitedly and I think she's just found another one. I tell her cool and move on. She runs up to me and shows me a fucking 6-leaf clover. I just stare at her. I grab it out of her hand. What the fuck? How does someone who has never found a 4-leaf clover find a 6-leaf clover? Those odds are literally insane. I look at it closely to make sure she's not either lying just to get to me, or that she's not stupid and it's actually just 2 clovers stuck together or something. But no, it's actually a 6-leaf clover. I'm actually so pissed. Why did she get to find the 6-leaf clover? Hello? Who finds a 6-leaf clover? Yo, girl, have the hobbies you want, but I'ma say it. Getting this upset over a plant is fucking ridiculous. I would get the ick immediately. Who cares? If you're sitting here and you're like, my day is ruined because this person found a 6-leaf clover plant and I didn't, reevaluate your priorities, please. People are starving. People are homeless. And you're upset that there's a 6-leaf clover that you didn't find? Come on. So anyway, I tell her that's insane and I'm taking it. She gets sad and says, nuh-uh, she found it. It's hers. We start arguing about who deserves the clover. I tell her I do because I'm a veteran clover hunter and deserve this to be in my collection. If someone ever said those words to me, I would deep throat a Glock. Easy. What am I doing here? Oh, like, you know, she goes on about it being sentimental or something. She does this stupid manipulation tactic where she starts effing crying to make me feel bad. It's bullshit, honestly. I tell her to suck it up. I'm keeping the clover. She huffs and wanders off to the car in tears. Whatever, she was being ridiculous. I take my time and look around some more and find 2 more clovers. I got bored and decided to leave and to see if she's done pouting. She sat in the fucking back seat with her arms crossed. I tell her to stop being dramatic and get in the front seat. She fucking snaps. She starts screaming, calling me all sorts of nasty names. She said I'm manipulative, controlling, and all kinds of other bullshit. I have never in my entire fucking life been called any of those words, so I'm not sure where she got it from. I just looked at her while she screamed and hit the back of my seat. She finished okay, all right. Can we, guys, I'm like, listen, don't get me wrong. This poor girl got her shit stolen. I get that. She's also kind of acting like a child. I don't know, maybe I guess they're in their early 20s, but I can't imagine me reacting this way in my early 20s from either of their perspectives. I would be like, you're ridiculous. We're breaking up. Drive me home. Guys, they're 21 and 22 and they're acting like 6-year-olds. The girlfriend has every right to be upset. I'm more like, once again, it's a plant. I just looked at her while she screamed and hit the back of my seat. She finished screaming like an idiot and I let a few minutes of silence go by. She asked me if I was going to say anything. I shrugged at her because, like, what does she want from me? She told me to go fuck myself and to take her home. I shrugged again and pulled out with her in the back seat. She lives a decent drive from the park where we went clover picking, so the car ride was tense and awkward. She would just randomly sniffle and it started to get on my nerves, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to hear her bitch anymore. About 15 minutes into our ride, I decided I couldn't have this anymore. This isn't the first time this has happened. She is so selfish and never lets me have anything to myself and never listens to my side of things. She always does some type of crying shit and then says she just wants me to be nice to her, which I am? I don't know. So anyway, we're 15 minutes into the ride and I speak up and tell her I think we need to break up. She lets out a noise like scoffing at me and I didn't like that. So I just decided to give it to her. I told her how I think she should have given me the clover because it was the right thing to do. And she's incredibly selfish for not wanting to give it up and see me happy. How broken does your brain have to be typing this out like, yeah, bro, this makes total sense. She's the selfish one because I want it my way, and her not being willing to do it my way means that she's the selfish one. Therapy, 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 please. She stayed silent until we got to her house. As she was getting out of the car, she told me that I'm the biggest asshole that she has ever encountered and she can't believe she let herself love me, blah, blah, blah. I'm not an asshole. I don't think I am. I told my friend about this and he thinks we're both assholes, so I don't know. I need more opinions. Link to the picture of the 6-leaf clover so you know I'm not bullshitting. Hold the fuck on, chat. This right here ruined a relationship. Yeah, let me just post on Reddit really quick the thing that ruined my relationship and expose the actual child that both me and my partner are. Listen, I don't want to call the girlfriend an a-hole. I'm just pointing out how immature she was. Like, I don't agree with this friend that thinks they're both assholes. I just think they're both ridiculous a little bit. But OP is the devil. That's the easiest fucking devil we've ever seen. What kind of buffoonery was she typing? OP is Gollum. The one clover to rule them all. I wonder if the girlfriend acted like that because OP pushed her too far. Sometimes in relationships with certain partners, you just snap, at least from what I read. Okay, you know what, Tabby, you're right. I would not be surprised if OP is gaslighting and manipulating the shit out of them, and this is just their breaking point. So you're right. Maybe it was wrong of me to make fun of her reaction like that. You're totally right, Tabby. Maybe we shouldn't focus on her reaction, and in a lot of ways, if we had more information, it's probably valid. Update. I gave the 6-leaf clover back. It's been a few days and a lot has happened. I've read all the comments and appreciate the genuine feedback I've gotten, and I realize I am, in fact, the asshole. I think a few of you went way too far. I had a few people actually DM me with how hateful and harsh you were in your efforts to make me see that I'm the a-hole, but those of you who called out my problematic behavior and recommend I look into therapy are appreciated. I personally have a very complicated relationship with therapy and mental health, so I think I won't be getting therapy. I'll just try to be more aware of my actions going forward. I severely doubt that. I did tell my ex that she should maybe look into therapy. She didn't take it too well, but I hope she changes her mind. She's the type to believe in that stuff, and maybe it'll help her more than it would me. Anyway, yeah, I gave the clover back. It was hard, not gonna lie. Part of me wanted to keep it and never look back, but someone said I'd always look at my collection and know the 6-leaf wasn't mine, and they were right. I want my own 6-leaf clover, not one an ex found. Also, and for the people who said they hoped I'd never find another 4-leaf clover, fuck you. I found another yesterday. Chat, I pray that nobody like this comes into your or my life. What an absolute piece of shit human being. I'm ever on a date with a girl and she's like, I'm into 4-leaf clover picking. I'm walking out of there. We're not risking it, chat. We're not risking it. r/men's rights. Ugh, that sounds like a fucking awful subreddit. It's certainly not all men, nor is it correct to suggest most men, and it's even disingenuous to call it some men. It's in fact a small minority of bad people. Oh my god, bro's coming out with fucking statistics. Okay, here we go. There are approximately 33.1 million men residing in the UK, according to the government's Office of National Statistics. As of the 31st of July, 2025, there were 15,127 people in prison in the UK for sexual offenses. The gender split is unreported, but for demonstration purposes, let's suggest all of them are men. 15,127 men from the population of 33.1 million men equates to 0.04% of the male population are convicted sexual predators. So right off the rip, bro is assuming that our justice system is good enough to the point where A, people feel comfortable to report when those things happen to them, which is not true. Time and time again, no matter where you're at, law enforcement has shown that they are completely incapable and incompetent at properly taking care of cases that involve women being sexually assaulted. B, we have seen time and time again cases that when they even are reported, they are not properly prosecuted. Or two, not given an actual punishment that meets the requirements of where he's getting these statistics. There are so many people who are not imprisoned for their sexual offenses because they're not taken seriously enough. And that also adds to how women don't feel comfortable reporting this shit, because even if it does happen to be taken seriously, there's a huge chance of it not actually being punished correctly. Obviously, not all sexual predators have been convicted. 55% of all sexual assault cases taken to court are successful in a conviction. For demonstration purposes, let's suggest all 45% of the innocent men are guilty. This adds an additional 12,376 men, totaling 27,503 men. 27,503 men from the population of 33.1 million men equates to 0.08% of the male population are taken to trial as potential sexual predators. Obviously, not all perpetrators of sexual violence are ever caught. Granting a figure for demonstration purposes, let's suggest the only 1 in 10 perpetrators of sexual offenses are ever caught and brought to trial. This increases the total to 275,030 men. 275,030 men from a population of 33.1 million men equates to 0.8% of the male population are potentially a sexual predator. It should therefore be obvious that even having granted to make some very liberal figures for demonstration purposes, that it isn't and never was all men. 32,824,970 men from a population of 33.1 million men equates to an excess of 99.2% of the male population that are not rapists, predators, or sex offenders. To close, it is important to highlight that it should be fully recognized that this does not in any way demonstrate a reduction in the number of actual women that have suffered from these heinous crimes, nor does it downplay their lived experience nor trauma. My heart has and always will go out to them. No, it doesn't, because this is not an argument that any man would try to make who actually feels sympathy for women that go through this. Hold on, let me finish reading this, but right off the rip, my brain is like, bro, let's look up how many women are sexually assaulted. And not even in like a way that like people are like, oh, I should report this to police, but just like going to a bar and getting groped, like being sexually harassed in a workplace where like their job relies on it and therefore they don't feel comfortable bringing anything up because they rely on that job to pay their bills. Like, it's just so brain dead. And also, I want to clarify, I've never met anyone who was saying all men. That's not ever the argument, at least from my understanding. It's there's enough men to where your default has to be this man has ill intentions until he proves otherwise, which I think is extremely fair. I think if a woman meets me and she is automatically like, hey, I can't trust you until you give me a reason to trust you, that is perfectly okay and honestly how any woman should operate, in my opinion. However, it does highlight that feminists need to stop nefariously villainizing all men through using disingenuous language and statistics. Feminists should instead be supporting and empowering the good men that are the vast majority in excess of 90. Women should be less focused on all the crazy shit that's happening to them. They should be sitting there and saying, good job to all the good guys out there. Like, hey dog, the world doesn't revolve around you, nor should it revolve around you because you have a penis. Can't women be concerned about their own safety and importance? And oh my god, what does this fucking idiot end this in? Feminists should instead be supporting and empowering the good men that are the vast majority in excess of the 99% of all men in bringing this criminal minority to justice. It's Google time. 1 in 5 women in the United States experience completed or attempted R-word during their lifetime. 81% of women and 43% of men reported experiencing some form of sexual harassment and or assault in their lifetime. Sure, maybe like conviction numbers, you have it down, but when it comes to sexual assault and bad men, it's not about convictions. It's proven time and time again that the convictions are not accurate. They're not accurate as to this is how much it's happening. The convictions, people get off, police officers don't take it seriously, women don't feel comfortable reporting stuff like this because it always ends up somehow taking a toll on them and their life worse than the actual person that committed the crime. Like, it's just such a brain dead and privileged stance to be able to come in here and be like, oh, look at all these statistics. Look at the conviction, because clearly our law is perfect. Clearly we have everything figured out and settled down to the point where this is the statistics that matter. It just doesn't. I can't fucking do the math, but like if like 80% of women experience some sort of SA in their life, like that probably means that like at least 50% of this 33.1 million men are doing some hanky-panky shit. Yeah, see, like this shit. I reported, but the guy skipped town and the officer I talked to basically implied it'd be a hearsay situation. That's like a majority of how it works, is like these police officers are just like, we don't have evidence and we don't want to gather evidence. Let's be real, only the most violent cases are taken to court, and of those, only so many are convicted. Dude, it's crazy not only how many of them are not convicted, but then also how many of the ones that are convicted with like the most minor fucking punishments. Like, what about that fucking baseball player at BYU who was like abusing a girl from when she was like 7 to 12 years old? He was sexually abusing her and he got like 6 months of probation and like 100 hours of community service or some shit like that. I might be wrong on the numbers there, but I remember it being so underwhelmingly fucking ridiculous how not severe the punishment was. Diddy gets 4 years. Yeah, Diddy. You have to be so fucking ungodly brain dead as a man to not be able to look at all this shit happening and be like, it makes sense. You have to just be so ungodly low IQ. If you sit here and you're like, women have no reason to assume the worst about men right off the rip, you need to fucking get a lobotomy. Electric shock therapy to the dome, please and thank you, until you fucking can understand. Am I the a-hole for going on a family trip right after without my daughter who started college? Right after what? I guess we'll fucking find out maybe? So I, 52 male, just got off the phone with my daughter, 18 female, and I think I made her cry. I feel bad, but I also don't understand exactly why. Any advice would be appreciated. A few months ago, I began planning a surprise trip for my wife's 50th this October. I thought it would be a perfect time for a little getaway, as we've been raising children together for the past 20 years and haven't had much time alone. My oldest 20 female has been in college for a few years now, and this year my middle child just left the nest for college too. This leaves just my youngest 15 male at home, and I figured it would be okay to leave him to fend for himself for a bit. How long is a bit? Also, 15-year-old at home alone? Like, you're literally just begging for this kid to throw a party, right? You don't have anyone that can just put some supervision on him? Like, what? The issue started when I decided where we would be going. My wife has been wanting to visit Portugal for a long time, and so I thought it would be the natural choice. But my middle daughter has also expressed the desire to go to Portugal in the past, to the point where her and my wife have discussed taking the trip together. I figured that going on a trip without my daughter would be okay, since this is just a week-long thing between me and my wife. About a week ago, I decided I couldn't keep the trip a secret anymore, so I told my youngest about it. He told me that he would not be comfortable staying at home alone for a week, and after some consideration, I decided that it would be okay if he came along too. I don't want him to be left alone for so long, and I think it might be nice to get him some travel experience. I managed to convince him to keep the trip secret from his mother, but not from my oldest. I hadn't told my oldest prior because she has a very busy schedule. However, upon learning about the trip, she managed to take the entire week off of work, which is practically a miracle. I, of course, said she could come along too, as this is such a rare opportunity. Okay, all right, I see where this is going. This unfortunately means the only person in the family not coming is my middle daughter, who is the one who really wanted to go to Portugal, so I called her and told her about the trip. I didn't expect her to take it well, but she took it really not well. Once I filled her in on all the details, she got really quiet, and I think she started crying before wordlessly hanging up the phone. Afterwards, I was worried she was going to tell her mother about the whole incident, which I cannot have. That's what you're worried about? Bro, you just had your daughter cry to the point where she couldn't talk to you and all she could do was hang up. But your number one problem is that she doesn't spill the beans about this trip? Like, oh my God. I really want to surprise her with this. And so to remind my daughter that it's a secret, I messaged her good to... Oh my God. And so to remind my daughter that it's a secret, I messaged her good to chat. Again, it's a surprise, so don't mention it to mom. Love you. The trip is happening right before her midterms week, and she's out of state, so there's really no way she could come along. I just hope she'll come to her senses and calm down, as at this point, there's really nothing to do. I expected more emotional maturity out of her, I guess. I think she's being a bit of a spoiled brat, honestly, but I also understand that something like this could really ruin our relationship, and that's the last thing I want. Bro, you just said the last thing you wanted was for your wife to figure out that this is a secret. I hate this guy. This guy's a fucking idiot. What should I do? Be a better father? What a fucking asshole, man. Listen, if bro had committed to the bit and been like, hey, this is a trip just for me and your mother, I would be like, hey, maybe choosing Portugal wasn't the best idea, but like, I get it, bro. You want to treat your wife, you want to take her somewhere for her birthday that would be special to her. Maybe it's not the best option, but I get it. To then turn it into, hey, we're bringing along 2 out of the 3 siblings, and the one left out is the one that was super excited about doing this and had made general plans to go with my wife. That is just unfathomable. And also, his reaction to this is probably the worst part. Like, him basically brushing this off, fucking sending that text after your daughter just hung up the phone crying, and for you to call her a spoiled brat? Like, she's not spoiled, bro. She just wants to feel loved and included in the family, and you basically did everything you could to make sure she didn't feel that way. Oh, I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is not how you parent your child. This is how you get fucking no contact speed run on you and your fucking daughter's relationship, man. Also, I feel like when I was 15, I could have been by myself for a week and been perfectly fine. But also, I think that's the the wrong thing to do if you're a parent. Like, get the grandparents to stop by, send them to a friend's house for the week. Like, what are you doing leaving your fucking 15? Which also drives me a little bit nuts because, like, the solution shouldn't have been to take your kid with you on a trip that's supposed to be a gift to your wife. Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of why you're planning this trip? Yeah, I hope this wife fucking reams him. I hope the mom cancels the trip and then takes her daughter after midterms. No, for real. Honestly, it's like, is this person even like a normal human? The priorities are all out of whack. Oh, I really need this to be a surprise, even if it's at the expense of me ruining my relationship with my daughter. Nah, bro. r/cat free. What a fucking evil subreddit. This is an anti-cat sub for people who do not like and do not own cats. Oh my god, all cat lovers people I've met had the same awful personality as cats do. Beans, they're talking shit about us, bro. He does not care. Bro is just nabbing up there. I feel like this is probably just a subreddit full of men. That my man hater kicking in here. Evil subreddit. All right, let's see what these fucking idiots are saying. My boyfriend threw out our cat and I'm grateful for it. My boyfriend and I had a cat since August of last year and recently he got rid of it and I'm so thankful he did. I've had problems with the cat ever since it was a kitten and I had tried to train it for the entire time I had it before I gave up. My boyfriend is a cat lover, so we had decided to get one because he said all of his old cats back in his childhood home were all well behaved and friendly. I thought when we were getting a kitten it would end up like that too, since I've never owned a cat. And I was gravely wrong. It always yelled at night whenever it was hungry, scratching at the door while I was trying to sleep. I was at my wit's end. I became more cranky and snappy towards my boyfriend because of my lack of sleep/functionality, straining our relationship. It was awful and we had fights over the cat because I was breaking down constantly over it. He promised to take it to a shelter, but never kept his word. I mean, sometimes Beans yells at night, but like, the cat just probably wants to sleep with you, bro. Like, I've never understood people who have animals that won't let them sleep in the bed with them or like sit on the couch with them. Like, bro, at that point, just don't get an animal. And the main reason might be silly, but it was the straw that broke the camel's back. It ate the chicken breast my dad had given me when I told him I was feeling depressed. I never really had a relationship with my father until last year and we had gotten closer. The chicken was a sign he cared about me. Yeah, so like my entire life, my dad pretty much fucked off and we didn't have a relationship. Most likely never cared about me, but then he suddenly appeared and gave me a chicken breast and that just means he really loves me. And then this fucking cat ate the symbol of our love. Honestly, y'all, skill issue. So imagine how I felt when I came back from washing my hands just to see that the fucking Rocks for Brains knocked over the KFC bucket, eating the chicken. It was KFC. She's crashing out over a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken that her dad gave her. I'm gonna say, bro, girl has unresolved daddy issues that she's taking out on this poor cat, man. Any normal human being, even if this is like a sane way to think about fucking chicken, any normal human being would have been like, hey, this cat had no idea that the chicken meant something to me. Bro just saw food that I left unattended and it was like, that's fucking mine. Oh my god, I'm fucking crying. That's so funny. So he knocked over the KFC bucket eating the chicken. I could never think about caring for the little rat anymore. I knew it was bad when I seriously considered killing the cat. You're gonna fucking kill a cat over a bucket of KFC? Girl, there's something fucking wrong with you. You need that lobotomy, laboo-boo, baby. You need the fucking shock therapy to the dome if you're thinking about killing a cat over a fucking bucket of KFC. I mean, but also, what would you expect from somebody who fucking hangs out in a subreddit whose sole purpose is to just hate on cats? I just think you have to be such a low IQ fucking Trump supporter, bro. I just imagined it would die horribly or get snatched up by a native bird of prey so it could at least be useful for once. I had to talk to my therapist about it to work everything out since I wasn't in a good mental state because of that thing. So after I broke down for the final time, I made my boyfriend choose me or the cat, and he made the right choice. Nah, bro, also fuck this boyfriend. He did not make the right choice. Any girl comes up to me and is like, you need to get rid of your cat or me. I'd be like, see you later, bitch. That's my fucking son up there. You literally can't see him at all, but I swear to God, he's up there, bro. You making me choose between two pussies? I'm choosing the four-legged one all day, baby. It's probably by far one of the most wild things I've ever said. I said some wild shit on this stream. Over a bucket of KFC. Do you know how much of a beta bitch you have to be to to fucking crash out over a bucket of KFC. Like, girl, resolve your daddy issues and you'll probably learn how to love animals. I hope the cat enjoyed its KFC. Me too, man. I mean, to be honest, it's probably a better thing that this cat is far away from this fucking woman. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter I don't owe her anything and that she needs to learn to be respectful? It may sound harsh if you don't have context. I, 39 male, have custody of my daughter, Rose, 9 female, for only a portion of the time. 9? You said this to your 9-year-old? Oh my God. Hey, daddy, can I play with my Barbies? I don't fucking owe you anything. That's crazy. I was expecting like a 20-year-old or something, bro. Fucking 9? That's insane. One sentence in, already the devil. We don't even need to read the story. I pick her up every other Friday after school and drop her off at school the next Monday. My ex-wife has her the majority of the time. Thank fucking God. I want to say that Rose has been diagnosed with ADHD. Being a parent with a disabled child is so much harder than having a normal child. I've made many sacrifices for Rose. I still have to monitor her as if she's 5 and have to make sure she doesn't watch TV unless her homework's done. Oh my God. AmITheDevil really wants me to fucking put a hole in my desk with my forehead today, don't they? Man, my life is so tough. My daughter does normal 9-year-old things. I can't believe I have to put up with that. Jesus fucking Christ. She also is a bad listener, and I have to have extreme patience when dealing with her. I also have to split costs with my ex to pay for a math tutor for Rose because she rarely focuses in class. She's a bad listener, and I have to have patience with her. Bro, she's fucking 9. Show me a 9-year-old that's a good listener, and I'll give you $1,000. You want to know how many 9-year-olds I've met that are good listeners? This fucking many, bro. None. Zip. Zero. Nada. Because they're children. I can't believe it. And then he's just complaining, oh no, I have to do things that are required of a parent when they have kids. Should have fucking wrapped it, dog. I don't know what to tell you. Last week, I had to pick her up and take her to the grocery store because we needed dinner supplies. I was listing off the dinner ingredients and couldn't remember one. Rose suggested the one I forgot, and I told her that was it. She puffed out her chest and said, no need to thank me, in a very arrogant way. Dude, that's low-key funny as fuck. We were at a red light, so I turned to her and sternly asked, Rose, what did you say? She mumbled out, never mind. I firmly explained to her that it is extremely inconsiderate and disrespectful. I don't owe you anything. I don't have to do half the stuff I do for you. So you need to really think about the way you talk to me and be grateful. Chat, that low-key sounds like a threat. Also, crashing out over her saying no need to thank me is insane. Rose rather insincerely mumbled out sorry and was quiet for the rest of the time. She sat in the back seat even when I offered her to sit in the front again. I even offered her ice cream, but she said no and would refuse to look at me. We got home and she did her work, a reading project she was supposed to finish in class that day, without me having to monitor her, but then didn't want to watch a movie with me. She was really quiet for the entire weekend. My ex blew up my phone on Tuesday saying she knows what you told Rose and that I'm a horrible father. My ex is honestly the reason that Rose acts entitled and still has meltdowns. What am I supposed to do? Stop disciplining Rose just because she has a tantrum? Oh, I just gotta finish this. I can't. As I said, I make many sacrifices to help Rose. I drive Rose to and from school so she doesn't have to walk the 3 miles. I buy her toys and other things, and just last month, I agreed to babysit Rose for 3 days when my ex's mother was in the hospital. Oh, so you had to be her dad? Bro, so many sacrifices. Are you fucking kidding me? What a fucking loser, man. Someone should have cut this dude's balls off before he was allowed to have kids, man. My father was barely in my life. He wouldn't buy me things. It would make me walk home. Rose isn't a baby anymore. She's old enough that she needs to learn to be grateful when people do things for her, because they don't have to and her attitude won't work in the real world. I could have been gentler, but sometimes showing tough love is necessary to correct bad behavior when coddling won't fix it. You're not even like close to coddling her. You're not showing her the proper love and respect you need to show your child. That's fucking crazy. Also, go figure, this dude is just, oh, my dad did it, so I need to do it to my kid. Clearly, I haven't parsed out in therapy how bad this was for me as a child, and therefore, I'm just gonna do the exact same thing to my child. I hope the ex gets full fucking custody of this kid. Hold on, there's one edit on this. I'm gonna put money on him being like, I know you guys are telling me that I'm wrong, but I'm actually right, and here's why. Edit 1, first off, I've read the comments, so you don't need to keep blowing my so you don't need to keep blowing up my DMs calling me a C word. Second, you people saying I don't love Rose and should just give up custody are dead wrong. It's because I love her and want her to succeed in life that I set boundaries and correct her behavior. We still do plenty of good things together and even watch an hour of TV together every night. She's at my house. Oh, bro, well, if you do good things together and watch TV together, like, never mind the fact that you verbally abuse your daughter and feel like you don't owe her anything, even though you're her fucking father. Who cares, bro? You watch an hour of TV with her. Like, come on. I hope the ex gets full custody. I hope this girl gives her dad the middle finger someday because he deserves it. He wrote all this out and then said, yeah, I love my daughter. No way. I can't believe people like this are allowed to have kids. Just ridiculous. Small floofball, I don't think she even really sassed him. Like, she just said, no need to thank me, which was probably her way of being like, hey, bitch, have some manners. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if your kid reminds you of something and you don't say thank you, and then they feel the need to say, no need to thank me, in your head, you should be like, oh, fuck, you're totally right. Thank you. I'm sorry. That is the normal, appropriate adult way to react to that. Yeah, like, no need to thank me is like a way to express that you're proud of yourself. Poor kid, man. Kid's definitely gonna need some therapy, that's for sure. Am I the a-hole for calling out my girlfriend over her cat obsession? I'm not kidding. My 36 male girlfriend, 35 female, is obsessed with her cat. 10 male if you're interested. Dating for 3 years, living together for 2. Okay, so the cat's been around longer than you have. Is this gonna be another one where the partner is literally jealous of a fucking animal? Since the pandemic, I've been home a lot more and I've realized just how cat crazed my girlfriend really is. They do everything together. She doesn't need an alarm because he wakes her up at 7:30 a.m. every day by sitting on her chest and gently nudging her face with his nose. He eats his breakfast while she eats hers. If we're watching TV, he's in her lap. If she's working at her desk, he's in her chair with her or chilling nearby. If he acts even a little weird, like hiding in the closet, which I guess he normally doesn't do, she's on the phone to the vet. She even takes him for walks with a little harness that I used to think was kind of cute, until I realized it just meant her obsession would not just be limited to inside the house. Don't get me wrong, I like the cat. He's a chill cat. Doesn't mess stuff up around the house, very friendly and clean. But sometimes I would like to have my girlfriend to myself. I've tried closing the bedroom door at night, but the little Houdini got in somehow, and I woke up to him smiling at me smugly from atop my girlfriend's tits. I called it, bro. I called it. Being fucking jealous of a cat is insane, bro. I don't know what fucking dude or girl needs to hear this, but your cat isn't gonna fuck your partner, bro. It's a companion. If your cat's on top of your girlfriend's tits, it's not because he knows that he's on top of the tits. I can't fucking believe it. Dude, imagine being jealous of a whole ass cat. I'm sorry, how fucking insecure do you have to be? You have to be so ungodly insecure to be like, oh bro, this fucking little 4-legged creature that weighs 15 pounds max is ruining my relationship with my girlfriend. That is a skill issue. Anytime I mention toning it down with the cat, she gets all hurt and makes excuses like how she's had him since he was a kitten and they've been through a lot together. She's even gone as far as to say he was her lifeline during a period of major depression in her late 20s. Every time I back down and say, okay, I get it, he's family. The final straw came when we were talking about relocating together to another country. She wants to limit our search to countries that don't make pets fly underneath the plane, ruling out a ton of good countries. I finally stood up to her, told her pets fly under planes all the time and it's perfectly safe, told her she was limiting our options for her own anxiety, not the cat's safety. He wouldn't be any safer purring at her feet while she pet him the entire flight. She tried to argue that he's a senior pet, but I didn't back down. What the fuck? He's 10. Hey man, I don't know if you need to hear this, but that is definitely senior for an animal. I don't know how long you think animals live, but it's pretty fucking close to 10. I showed her tons of airline literature about pet safe flying programs and whatnot. She tried to argue that physical safety isn't the same as psychological safety, and that she thinks it'd be too traumatizing for the cat to go under the plane. Here's where I might be the a-hole. I gave her a list of my top countries, all of which would require the cat to go under the plane. I told her that I wanted a future with her, but that I thought she needed to get serious help for her obsession with her cat, and to let me know when/if she decided to get that help so we could move forward with our lives. The ball's in her court. I've been staying with a buddy, but it's been about a week and she hasn't called, so I'm starting to wonder if I should have helped her find a therapist before I left. Oh my God. I can't believe it. I can't believe there are people like this out there. Bro's letting a fucking cat ruin his life and his relationship. That is ungodly funny. I'm so sorry, but if your number one op is a cat and the relationship that your girlfriend has with the cat, aka a healthy one and just something that she cares about and wants to like make sure is comfortable throughout its life, which is a green flag, by the way. If that's your number one op, you have some serious fucking issues. It's not her that needs the therapist. It's fucking you, dog. What do you mean you're jealous of a fucking cat? Do you know how much of a beta bitch you have to be for that shit? There are two small updates here at the top. First one, I get it, I'm the a-hole. I'm the hugest fucking a-hole you've ever seen and probably some kind of deviant who compares dicks with a cat. Yeah, bro, that's basically what you did. 10 is a senior cat. It's not perfectly safe for pets to fly under planes, and my girl is not crazy for loving her cat. I called her this morning and apologized. She said she needs time to think. At a kind person's suggestion, I sent her a link to this post and my public shaming, and am now going to go hide under the bed in hopes she notices my strange behavior and still cares enough to call the vet on me. Clearly you don't get it. If you're still fucking like making jokes about the cat and like how she treats the cat, like this last line tells me that your apology was not sincere. You just said sorry because the internet told you you're a fucking moron, but you still don't realize that having this level of animosity towards a cat because your girlfriend is close to it is fucking batshit serial killer behavior. Chat, we did get the final update up here and it sounds like a good one. Jesus, fuck you guys. She dumped me, okay? Are you happy now? Yes, bro. So fucking happy. Day made. Literally could not have been better. This is awesome. Love it. I'm sorry, bro, but if you hate cats this much, you have a fucking issue. I can understand if you're like, I don't like cats because I'm allergic to them. Fine. Fair enough. You literally have built-in reasons to not be a fan of this animal. I can understand that. But if you're just like, this cat hangs out with my girlfriend and I don't like that. I need her to myself sometimes. Get over yourself. I could never, man. It's me and my baby boy against the world. Beans and I come in a package deal, and if you can't take that, you can go fuck yourself. Also, side note, can't you fly to another country? Like if you wanted to move to France, but you can't fly a cat to France unless it's underneath the plane, couldn't you just like fly to Belgium and then drive? That's what I would have told him. Like, hey, let's move to France, but fly into Belgium when we move there and drive. It's just stupid, man. Like, I too wouldn't want to put beans underneath the plane. Have y'all seen how fucking airplane people treat bags? There's no way they're treating those animals well. I don't trust those fuckers. Ain't nobody's gonna fucking throw around my cat like that. I think you have to be such a stupid human being to be like r/pet free or animal free or cat free. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? How do you have that level of animosity towards fucking animals? How do you see a cute cat video and you're like, fuck them? r/vegan. I've quietly stopped carrying in non-vegan groceries. Wife not happy. My wife and I split the household chores. One of the things she's responsible for is grocery shopping. If I'm around when she comes home, I'll help unload the car and bring the groceries into the house. I've been vegan for a few years now. Somewhere along the way, I grew uncomfortable handling meat/dairy/eggs. So when I'm unloading the car, I grab the vegan stuff: produce, oatmeal, beans, lentils, etc. We each make the same amount of trips carrying in food. Well, she has finally noticed what I'm doing and is slightly annoyed by it. Over the past week, she has told me, I talk to my friends and they all say you're being ridiculous. I told my coworkers about it and they agree with me. I talked to your mom and she thinks you're being silly. Honestly, I really don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. But most recently, she said she didn't even think my Reddit vegan friends would agree with me, which got me curious, but still unmoving in my resolve. So Reddit vegan friends, is that true? Do I have a duty to transport her animal foods? Listen, I understand you don't want to eat it. I understand you don't want to touch it. You don't want to cook with it, whatever. Bro, just carrying it in for your wife, really? That's a fucking deal breaker for you? I agree with you guys. Like, don't get me wrong. This dude is not as evil as like some of the other devils we've had in this stream. But also, I think he's just stupid. Like I said, y'all, like this is a boundary for him clearly. But it's a pretty fucking stupid boundary. Like if I'm the wife, I'm coming up with, oh, hey, I'm anti-men's underwear. So when I do our laundry, I'm just not going to do your underwear. You can do that yourself. Like I would be pulling this shit on him so heavy. I would be playing the petty motherfucker on this. Cause like, what do you fucking mean, bro? What do you mean you can't just carry the groceries in? You don't even have to touch it, by the way. It's in a fucking bag. Like also, if I'm this wife, I'm literally telling the people at the grocery store, put the meat products under the produce so I can trick my husband into taking this in for me. That's what I would do. And then when he took it in, I'd be like, ah, bitch, you took in meat. Vegan on that shit, bitch. Like, sorry, guys. I would be so incredibly unhealthy for my marriage in this scenario, but I don't give a fuck. This would low-key be an ick for me. It's like, dude, get over it. Oh, hello there, Mr. Man. What are you looking at? Yeah, you licking your lips? Oh, big yawn. That was such a good yawn, Mr. Beans. Is Beans gonna grace us with his presence? Beans. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh, he makes the great descent. Thanks for joining us. Anything to tell the people, Beans? Sorry, guys. I had to eat his ear. Look how cutie his ears are. Look how cutie his belly is. It's just a cute guy. It's just a cute guy. Really quick, chat. I really do want to see what the fuck this guy's saying in here. What were the comments saying? Are the vegans agreeing with him? You don't have a responsibility to carry them in, but you do have a responsibility to communicate your thoughts with her like an adult. Why didn't you just tell her it bothered you so you can both come up with a solution? I'm sorry, but if you're a vegan and you're married to a non-vegan, like, you can't be like this holier than thou, I'm not gonna carry in your groceries type beat. If I'm the wife, I'm going to the store and I'm just buying only meat and being like, I don't want to buy your vegan food. I'd be such a fucking dickhead. I'd go straight carnivore and diarrhea myself. Y'all know the lore behind that shit. I would do that before I fucking played into his stupid fucking game, man. I don't think being vegan is the issue. It sounds like you two have problems communicating. I want somebody to be like, bro, I'm vegan and you're stupid. Yeah, so you kiss a meat eater? I would say just carry the groceries in as part of the chores. No, for real. Like, bro, you probably get residual meat in your mouth. Pause. Just from kissing them. Carrying in groceries ain't gonna fucking hurt you. If it's just carrying in a bag of it, suck it the fuck up. I'm sorry. That's on some baby back bitch shit. Oh, look at the belly. Look at the belly. Belly, 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 belly. He did not like that. All right, Beans. Do we give you some treats to send off the stream? Is that what we're gonna do, handsome man? You are just the handsomest boy that ever handsomed. Is this what you want? Oh shit, his automatic food bowl just went off. No, Beans. No, stick to the plot. No. Chat, we lost to the machines. Beans, don't do it. Chat, if we lost to the clankers, I'm gonna lose my mind. Beans. Oh, we win. Oh, yes. Yes. We got the man. We got the treats. Since he chose us over the clankers, I'll give him like 8 treats. How does that sound, y'all? YouTube, thank you guys for all the donations today. We had hella donations. Thank you guys for the subs. Thank you guys for the memberships. As usual, thank you guys for coming in supporting me and my baby boy. Beans. Look what I have for you from chat. I just love you so much. Here you go, buddy. He fucking hates the mic, bro. Let me get down low with you, bro. I hope you guys can hear it. He's particularly like, fuck this mic today. Come here, buddy. You have to move over here. I feel like y'all are getting some good crunches. Good boy. Some more. Oh, that was a good one. Bro is just slipping out little remnants everywhere. Bro, I swear, he like bites into the treat and then half of it falls out of his mouth. There's just like, you guys definitely can't see it, but there's just like a bunch of fucking little treat remnant crumbs underneath him, bro. My son's a messy boy. What can I say? Alrighty, and that's all the treats, Mr. Beans. You got what you came here for, the sweet answer man! The sweet answer man!